Okay, we are live.
Yay.
We all hum the theme music.
Hello and welcome. I am Ronnke, your GM, and in the stream today we have Rigel Kent, Gigaman, Pendragon, Megaquai, and today Nosh, who normally plays Humphrey Pennyworth, or will play Humphrey Pennyworth, is currently absent. Today we are playing a Dungeon Fantasy campaign set in our homegrown world of Pelavar. We are using the very awesome GURPS system by Steve Jackson Games, and our VTT of choice is Fantasy Grounds. You can find this and past sessions on YouTube and as audio-only podcast. Links are in the video description. If you enjoy our content, please like this video and subscribe to our Twitch and YouTube channels. Alrighty. Character business. Pen Arari. Oh man, it's too early in the morning.
Boyo or Ari.
You can say
Ari.
Ari, I think it's easier.
Ari is still unlocked, so you're welcome to make willy-nilly changes. So Pen, do we have any character business for Ari?
No, I'm just reminding you and maybe the listeners that the end of last session I bought 2 extra points of night vision with my bonus points. But that's it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You'll be that guy.
Rigel Kent, do we have any character business for Gareth?
Similar to Penn, I am just reminding that I used one of my 2 points from last week to increase my hiking by 1 level from 1 point to 2 points. But otherwise, no.
That's smart. That's very smart.
Gigaman, do we have any character business for Kivin?
Negative at this moment. However, I have started looking into the swashbuckler template to start identifying my next moves there.
Cool.
As have I.
Okay, Megaquai, do we have any character business for Danjo?
I've just done a whole lot of calculation and I found out that I've got to save up 60 character points to get to where Danjo is a worthwhile character.
Yeah, that's going to be
Start saving.
Did you allow getting trained by a master and stuff in between seasons?
Well, there's at least
we will work
2 other masters in the group.
We will work out the between session advancements and stuff when that actually comes.
Plus, I believe Ronnke did say that anything that's on your future profession is fair game.
Yes. If it's on where you're looking to take your character, and if it's on that template, those are traits and advantages, whatever, that you can get, even if the rules say you can't get it after play.
Okay, then.
And you can kind of excuse that as you've already been trained by the master. You're just getting the final points there. Sort of like when Luke goes back to Dagobah in Return of the Jedi.
Uh-huh.
Yoda's like, I'm too old for this shit. I'm going to take a nap.
You're fine. You win. You're a Jedi.
Yeah, he took a nap and lost a lot of weight.
Okay, I have a recap for you. This is a full recap for you guys to read and reference as you so choose. Did that come up for you guys?
Did for me. Right.
So,
yep.
That's a full recap of last session with some notes on things that came up and
that is very extensive.
Sort of outstanding threads and things that you may want to investigate through the course of the game.
Your grammar is causing my teeth to hurt.
While you guys read that, I shall play for the audience, and you guys, a audio recap of last session.
Read from the journal of Brother Aldrich Vane, Mission to Westwatch. Way Day, 54th day of Dawnrise, 286th year of the Crown. In Kingsrest, we gathered those who had agreed to guard our diminished mission, Arariboya Ibitu Ivate, a grave hunter from the northern lands, Gareth de Garin, heir to a fallen house and follower of the outlawed goddess Agalea, Kivon Crowell, a mercenary burdened by old bloodshed, and Shiranui Danjo, a foreign warrior seeking to restore his lost clan. Humphrey Pennyworth, our appointed cook and entertainer, was also to accompany us. Over supper at the Millstone Inn, Sister Maren explained our purpose: to recover the sacred relic kept within the abandoned Pale Flame Temple at Westwatch. Deacon Rolf spoke again of the ambush that claimed Sir Peredur and so many of our guards, insisting that the attack had been deliberate. Sister Maren urged caution, yet I confess that Rolf's certainty has begun to trouble me. Petra, still shaken by what she witnessed, listened closely as the warriors spoke of gods, weapons, and the terrible ease with which men convince themselves that killing is righteous. That night, our new companions discovered an intruder searching our saddlebags. The frightened fellow claimed that a hooded and well-spoken stranger had paid him 50 copper farthings to find a gold signet ring hidden among our possessions. The ring bore a strange crest, resembling a double-bitted axe, though none among our company recognized it or claimed ownership. The thief was delivered to the magistrate at dawn, while the ring was entrusted to Kivon, who had found it. Before our departure, Gareth placed the thief's payment at a roadside shrine to Thren. We then gathered at the shrine of Solverath, lit candles for the fallen, and recited their names. They will never be forgotten, we vowed, though memory itself may yet prove an uncertain thing upon this road. We departed Kingsrest beneath the fading sound of its bells and travelled west into the thinning farmlands of the western marches. As we walked, I read from an account of the red-sailed raiders who have plagued this coast for 5 years, carrying away captives while leaving settlements standing so they might be plundered again. At our first camp, Gareth questioned Rolf further about the ambush. Rolf remembered the attackers' skill and the precision with which they struck, yet he could not recall a single face. I suggested that grief and injury might have clouded his memory, but Gareth spoke of the grey men of the Crown lands, servants of evil whose faces no witness can retain. Sister Maren also described the relic we seek, a marked cylinder, some 18 inches long, last seen within Westwatch's temple nearly a decade ago. She remembered the town's harbour and the bell that once marked every hour. Now, she fears, it rings only when stirred by the western wind. Thus we make our camp beneath an open sky, carrying an unknown signet, escorting the wounded and the grieving, and walking toward a town abandoned to sea, silence, and whatever waits beyond the reach of memory.
Okay.
Hey, Meg, type something into chat, and then hold Control before you hit Enter.
Alt.
It's Control. Or is it Alt? No, it's Alt. My brain thinks Control, but it hits Alt.
I think you can actually click the... Yeah, you can right-click the chat. Actually, no,
I
you
don't
can't.
think I've ever actually tried that.
I think you used to be able to, but you can't now.
No. Well, you can use slash commands for that too. Yeah, if you hold Alt down while you hit Enter, it'll do out of character speech. Right, carry on.
All right, so we left the evening's camp there, where the little backwards walking man is situated at.
He's moonwalking. That's why.
Super
Totally.
slow.
He's doing the moonwalk the whole way to Westwatch. So is there anything that your characters have? Actually, there is some business. Certain people have compulsive behaviors. Shiranui, you need to make a roll for your bathing habits.
Actually, that does kind of bring up a point. Do we have standing water nearby?
Not at your current camp, no. You didn't get.
There's a
You
lake
didn't.
close by.
I think you only got one option for your
Right.
camp.
Yeah, sorry,
Like-
guys.
Do a horse bath.
I think we set that up on your others tab. You can actually set up that role. So self-control role. We'll need the self-control role for alcoholism.
There's no self-control roll for that.
Okay, that's right. If you don't get
And also,
it
I
today,
haven't been denied the.
I, however, had to make that. And so I'm going to be trying to cheer everybody up. We need to sing.
Hmm. Well, I can
just
drink
as well
at least.
you
That's a
have a
good
bard.
start.
I should probably roll my nightmares as well because I'm pretty sure we slept, right?
I
You
believe
have
the
not
bard has
slept yet.
collapsed.
Oh, okay. Good, I guess.
Oh, okay. This is then that's for tomorrow then.
All right, so the group has gathered around the campfire. It is actually, have our time. We have a new calendar.
Yes, you can do the calendar thing now.
All right, so it is actually no, that's not the right date. Duh. That's the right date. Way Day, 54th of Dawnrise, 2086. Sorry, 286.
So it's been 286 years since the world was created.
No,
Indeed.
since the crown conquered all the other kingdoms in the land. In the crowned lands.
What do we care about that?
You don't, but it became, everyone used it. It became the standard. I imagine it'd be something like the Chinese calendar. I think the Chinese calendar.
Well, the Japanese
is,
one, where they focus on the emperor.
Yeah, regnal dating is actually pretty common in a medieval era too, but in this particular case, our realm doesn't have a regnal.
Or like in Skyrim, how Tamriel mark over ages.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Okay, so
Interesting.
It's a whole bunch of
So-
mess.
Gareth is clearly very devout.
Yep.
Yeah. Now we're gonna see his delusion in on display.
Every morning.
Well, for
At
the
noon too, if
benefit
possible.
for the benefit of the audience, you should at least once read aloud your prayer.
Yeah, he
So,
does it.
dare him.
Well, this
He'll do it.
is in the evening, right? We're going to
It
sleep.
is evening. Yes. Well, it's the night. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he does the damn it, it's not staying. The dusk prayer, where he has to ritually don his armor if he is not already wearing it. If he is wearing it, he has to remove it, clean it, and then put it back on. And then he will greet the setting sun by facing west and kneel, and then like hold his hands in the sort of Christian prayer manner. Then he recites the his prayer is like, hear me, dread lawbringer, thou who dost spy out all my ways and art with me in mine hardships. Befriend me in this hour as I doth lay down to sleep. Grant me a sound mind and steady temper. Protect and defend me in this dark hour as I protect and defend thine flock. Watch over me from the foes of the west. In thy name doth I pray, and in thine justice doth I heed. So say we all. At that point, he will clap twice, all of the Shinto tradition where they do that. Oh, right. I missed that. He claps twice before doing the
Right.
hands in the prayer. Which point he rises, he faces south, he kneels, he repeats the whole thing, except he refers to it as south. Rises, faces east, kneels, repeats the whole thing. Finally rises, faces north, kneels, repeats the whole thing.
I
Then
don't know what he's
afterward-
up to, but it's very theatric.
And then afterward, he's got to like almost ritually clean his armor.
All right. So the rest of your party would be sort of watching on with interest, like, wow, that's one hell of a ritual you have to go through. And Petrol, in fact, being the sort of the person she is, she will just outwardly say, "You have to do that every day."
I'm just
Proves my
imagining
faith,
the
little
entire Crownish formation doing that at the same time.
No, they probably wouldn't. Well, they probably wouldn't because a formation is likely or is indicative of the nobles. And
Well,
She will say, "Well, I'm glad we don't have to do that."
I don't know. Maybe
And
it
you'll
works.
see Sister Marin will sort of give a sort of confirming nod. While this is happening, you will see that Brother Aldrich Vane is, rapidly, writing in his book,
Mm-hmm.
noting your your ritual or your routine.
How did that go again?
well, he's going to hear me say it 4 times.
Well, in that case,
Although
he'll.
it does occur to me that Gareth probably uses whatever the common language is of the Crownlands when he's doing that.
Well, common is the common language, but
Okay.
of course there'll be dialects. And of course, you're welcome to invent new languages if you like.
No, it's fine.
But yeah, he'll be. You finish your prayer the once, and he'll say, "What was that?" And then you start again. And he goes, "Oh, never mind." And then he will continue to sort of scribe. So, besides Gareth's routine, is there anything that anyone else will be doing during the pre-night?
Given his drinking and lamenting the fact that he's going to have to ration in this.
If possible, Arari Boy will try to get some extra provisions from wherever we are.
So you're going to go out and pull an Aragorn, come back with a big deer over your shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Which we
something
then
like
have to
that.
dress.
Okay. Since you use a bow, you may make a bow skill roll.
I think that's covered by survival. To be honest, it's it's
if
bad
you
for
no,
me.
if you're
But
hunting,
EF16 has its own thing about that.
yeah, if you're hunting, you can use your bow skill to secure one meal. I think it's a margin of success or something like that.
Okay,
So
I'm happy.
If you can make a roll on your bow skill, you'll spend a little bit of time and you'll go out and you'll come back with something large enough to feed 8 people.
Yep.
Tell us what you find.
I'd say I found maybe a stag, not like one of those huge with very fancy antlers, but like a fat stag, I'd say.
Okay, well then you'll bring that back into the camp. That would have been done a little bit earlier. So you bring that back into the camp, and Humphrey Pennyworth will butcher it and turn it into the evening's meal. So you actually have. Let me roll on his skill. Yes, you will actually have a good meal tonight. So with that, you can recover all your fatigues.
Yay.
Those of you that aren't particularly doing anything will also help gather some firewood to keep the fire burning through the night. So besides the Ariboya and Gareth, Kivin, you're sipping at the small amounts of drink that have been offered to you. Is Banjo doing anything during the evening?
Probably doing ninja training, keeping up the rituals, the movements and so on.
Okay,
Killing
well,
the occasional passerby.
You
Of
can
course,
equate
not
that
doing it where people can see.
if you wish. then you can note how many hours you will spend doing that. And that can go towards on-the-job training, or not on-the-job training, time spent.
Gonna have to get one of those spun up, I guess.
Yes. He would pay for Giga to do another copy of his time spent sheet. I wonder if there's a way we could do it.
Which sheet?
Time spent. Time spent on the job training sheet. Google Doc. Wondering if there's a way we could do that.
As it happens.
There you go. So if you are doing training, note those hours and you can use that towards time spent.
Which name am I shared under for that, Giger?
I have 2 fills on there. Should I share it with a different one?
No, it's just my default web browser is Brave right now, and I don't have that logged in anywhere. So I'm like, oh, nope, I got to go there and copy the link and then paste it into Google Chrome.
Well, I got 2 Gmail accounts for you, and I typically do both.
Did you join Brave recently?
Oh, I've been using Brave for a while now.
Ah, okay. I think someone found it weird, like last time I mentioned I was using Brave.
Ronnke. Ronnke hadn't heard of it yet.
Right. Ronnke, for your information, I also have the range sheet on there. So if you want to use that calculator, let me know. We'll just make a copy for you there. Or if you want, you can just make a copy of the entire sheet so you could hide it from everybody else, I guess.
Cool. Though I'm not likely to use it.
It's because you're lame.
I know. I still like to do some math in my head. Not that I'm good at it.
I do agree, though. It would be kind of neat if we could find a way to do the time use thing here in Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, I wonder how that would work.
It would have to be its own. It would have to be its own extension. I actually had to make
that wouldn't be too hard, though.
I had to make an extension for the calendar, which is annoying.
Yeah.
I had to make an extension for the calendar and a mod file for the calendar.
Really?
So the mod file does the dates and months. The extension does the formatting of the dates and months, which is kind of weird. But anyway.
I guess I hadn't run into that.
Okay. All right. So, as you sit around the fire, you are welcome to tell campfire stories if you like. If someone would like to particularly roleplay such a thing, do so now. Otherwise, we will just assume that you are exchanging in idle chat as the night goes on.
I do have something that Gareth would like to do. Is he like to engage the sister and the deacon in conversation that's more? It's probably going to be considered boring by most people, but he's asking more about the administration of the order, and all that stuff. How they do the day-to-day stuff. This is going towards his obsession to later establish his own church.
Meanwhile, Kevin's gonna lean over to Petra and say, "Has the matron always been that leathery? She's like a saddlebag with eyes."
You are going to get her into so much trouble.
She will start she will start giggling and laughing, and because
I think it's going to be a laugh snort.
yeah,
A giggle
totally,
snort.
it's a giggle snort, loud enough that everyone's heads turn, and she'll go, "What? He said something funny," and not really thinking, she says, "Sister Marin, he called you leathery."
Ooh.
I did not.
And now I totally envision Brother Aldrich giggle snort.
It would be Rolf. Rolf would just sort of,
Look
chuckle
away as he's
in.
fighting to hide the fact that he's trying to laugh.
He will sort of, do a restrained chuckle, and he'll say something of an apt an apt comment. Wouldn't you say, sister? And she just sort of scowls. And she says, I'm old. I'm allowed to be a little eccentric.
Surely she's not that old.
She's nearly late 50s, early 60s.
Ooh. That should be like
She
an
looks
entire
good.
community celebration.
Yeah.
She looks good for her age, to be honest.
She certainly does. She's obviously kept fit and strong.
Well,
But,
apparently
yeah.
she stole years from Petra because Petra looks like she's 12.
Ah, yeah, that's true. Deceptively young.
Sancho. All right, so do you guys have a watch sorted out?
Oh, that reminds me.
Not sorted out, but we're definitely going to have a watch.
Yeah, we're gonna have a watch. I was gonna say that I think Kevin was probably distracted for most of the day, but he had intended to be keeping an eye out behind them to see if they were being followed. Because if somebody is doing that whole smuggler trick and they're going to come back for this ring, they're definitely going to hit us while we're asleep. So we definitely need a watch. I don't think Rolf would argue against that.
Yeah, he does not argue against it at all. All right. Unfortunately, we can't put NPCs in the watch order.
Yeah.
Actually, let me try.
Is that a
Maybe
core
they.
thing or is that extension based?
Well, no, that's a core thing, but I imagine, for the GURPS rule set, we could override it.
Maybe.
So with regards to the watch, I think Gareth would prefer to have the last one right before dawn so he can do his early morning prayers as the sun's coming up.
Okay, so that period is called
5, apparently. Funf.
that period is called first light. So how do you want to organise these watches?
I believe Arabola is the only one with night vision. Is that correct?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. Humphrey might have it since he's a half elf.
I don't think they
Although,
have
can
to
we
have
really
low light.
rely on him? I mean, we saw what happened when we were walking all day yesterday.
Well, if we don't let him rest, he's going to be a pain in the butt tomorrow.
Well, he will not be part of the watch order since Nosh is not present, so he gets
Big
to sleep
slacker.
at least for now. So
Well,
first
as far
watch.
as PCs go, we've got four active PCs and 2 hours apiece, probably. Maybe not contiguous. We can share those watches with NPCs. I mean, it makes sense for Boyo to take the middle, and did say Gareth was taking the last watch?
Yeah, that's what he would prefer.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
my mistake.
I think Given probably makes sense to
Gareth's
take
watch
first.
would be dawning.
Makes sense.
So who takes first?
Given can.
Okay. Who will be second?
I can go.
And that will leave Danjo for third watch.
Yeah, Giger, I guess you're going to need to adjust the start and current days, figure out how to do that on the thing based off of the calendar.
Yeah, I had to do some funny business when we did the traveler version. In this case, the calendar. I mean, if you end up with the normal 365 days, it should still be okay. We just had to fix the
I don't
displays.
think it is. I think it was 360 days.
Was it?
I
Well,
have to open the PDF again.
the calendar is 412 days in Palaver.
Yes. So
Calendar year is 412.
On the other hand, it may not be that complicated. So,
well, he did put the calendar up as a PDF on the Discord, so you'll be able to.
well, we don't even have to have a date on there necessarily, just a number of days.
So, which does
So,
remind
yeah,
me,
we can fix it.
A little bit of a backtrack retcon. The members of the Pale Flame had been in Kingsrest, waiting, healing, looking for new hires for 2 10-day.
Damn.
So the equivalent of 20 days, a 10-day being the standard week.
So they were here. They were there before we got there.
Yes. Okay, so I will get perception rolls. Doesn't need to be in the box. These are vision-based perception rolls.
As is, or do we need darkness?
You do not need darkness in this particular case.
Success by 0 somehow.
Hey, I made it.
Oh, and 4.
Yeah, today is less
Are
work for
those
me.
glowing? Ah, good. Yeah, never mind. Ignore that 4. I was just
the
double
benefit-
checking my dice.
For the benefit of Gareth, Sister Marin will explain that the pale flame is governed by a inner council called the Council of the Undying Light. They are basically the administrative branch of the order, and then you have the various ranks that sort of follow after that, and she'll explain sort of how it works. The order does have a militant branch, which is
Gareth's well
what?
aware of those guys. I figured he
Which-
was, training.
Sorry, go.
No, it's just stupid things not to always stand. Yeah, I figured Gareth trained with them as when the militant side, when he was part of that Forlorn Hope organization, the penal company.
More than likely there would have been some, and of course you had Sir Herodor.
Yep. Holy Warrior. Yeah, like I said, it's probably going to sound seriously boring to like the atheists like Arabola and Kivin, but Gareth is riveted in it, paying very close attention.
Sister Marin will speak freely. She kind of likes that you've taken an interest in, Rolf will question, so Gareth, will we expect to ordain you as a member of the Pale Flame someday?
Gareth is going to laugh. He's like, I'm sorry, but my soul is spoken for.
He goes, as you've said. All right. Who
Because-
succeeded by the most? Wow, by 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finally having a
Actually-
good day.
Oh, well, we said no
Oh.
darkness, so I guess that doesn't count. Carry on.
And that was...
Danjo has a
Danjo's
roll
wrong.
perception.
Yeah, he rolled in the box. So, but that's fine.
Then never mind.
All right, so Ari,
We were very watchful.
the hours have, or the hour has ticked on a little bit. And in the distance, it's hard to say how far, you will see a light in the darkness. Probably that of a lantern. As you sort of watch, it does grow closer. It appears and disappears as the lantern light is blocked by trees and so forth. And eventually, is there anything in particular that you'll be doing in response to this?
I think I'll quietly wake Rolf, since he seems to be the boss of the military side of the thing, and point at the light.
I
I'm not going to
think
say
for the
anything.
most part, unless people are sleeping due to watches and such, most of the camp is still probably awake and thinking about going to sleep.
Okay, so I'll just make a gesture. I won't say anything. I'll just show it to them, the lantern. And yeah, if anyone, if no one does anything, I think I'm going to try to sneak closer to see what's going on.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll in the box.
Oh, too late. Sorry, in box
Doesn't
again.
matter.
Well.
Doesn't matter. So, moving on the road, you will see this 3 mounted riders. The lead rider holds a lantern, and they travel along the road. You can give me an IQ roll if you like.
Sure.
By the look of them, they most likely are merchants, as they have a number of packs and bags on their horses.
Could be smugglers.
Yeah.
Could be.
Well, I'll come back and report that maybe we're dealing with merchants, but as Gigaman said, might be some smugglers, or maybe
They're moving quickly, or just at a normal road pace.
A normal road pace. So you'll probably have 10 or so minutes to prepare if there's something that you want to do in preparation.
I'll probably try to be in a place where I can have a clear shot on them if this turns out to be a hostile situation.
All right, so Rolf will actually put on his armor. He will then sort of tuck his sword under the log that he's sitting on, so it's not clearly visible, but it's within reach. And you'll see that he'll instruct Petra to sit, the deepest into the camp, farthest from the road, so the fire actually blocks the path. And Rolf will sort of, for those of you that do wear armor or are combatants, he will say it's best you put on some protection just in case. So Ari, you go to where you want to wait, and
I have my bow and arrow ready as well.
These riders will approach. Their pace doesn't change until they sort of come within sort of eye shot of the camp, and the lead rider will shout out, "Ho, the camp!" Rolf will then sort of stand, and he says, "Hello. Are you passing through?" The guy says, "Do not mean to disturb. We're on our way to Kingsrest. May we approach your camp?" So the direction is they're coming from west to east. So they're coming from the direction that you're
coming from ahead of us.
Yes.
So not likely following us in that case,
He says,
because that would be hard to explain.
no, they're not following. They say, may we approach your camp? And Rolf will, if anyone has body language or anything like that, you're welcome to make a roll. Let me
No,
check
just
Humphrey.
combat experience.
So Humphrey will sort of whisper, which amongst your group is most likely the leadership type? Maybe Gareth?
User disconnected from your channel.
That's an interesting question.
And we just lost him.
Is he lost?
Well, he
Yeah,
dropped
he
out.
just dropped from the. Yep.
Check his sheet real quick. Does he have leadership on there? I think he might have.
He does.
Okay. I know Kevin does not. And I don't know about Bo and Danjo, but I bet Danjo does not.
I
User
don't. I
joined
don't
your
either.
channel.
Yeah, okay. So Gareth is going to be defaulting to the leader.
Yeah. I've only got leadership
Yeah.
at 10.
Well, he's not a
Well-
very decisive leader necessarily. But,
He used to have leadership at 12, but I dropped those born whatever it was.
yeah.
War leader, I think.
Well, because I don't want to be talking to myself, Humphrey will sort of whisper to Gareth, I think they're okay. I don't see anything that would alarm me. Or don't see anything about them that would alarm me.
So they were coming from the direction of Stillwater.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't help look at Stillwater and think of Stillwater, Oklahoma. At any
I
rate,
don't know if that's a good
I
thing
think
or a bad
Gareth
thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's okay.
Yeah, remember, Oklahoma's not great and it's not bad. It's just okay. And that only works if you're American and understand how we do the the state abbreviations. I think in that case, Gareth is probably just going to raise his voice and ask, what news from Stillwater?
He says, none from Stillwater. We travelled straight through there. We mean to get to Kingsrest as quickly as possible. But I should warn you, back perhaps a mile or so, we did happen upon some Hollowmen. And those of you, well, you would all, except for possibly Shiranui and Arari Boya, you would know Hollowmen is a term given to undead.
Ah,
Okay.
I had talked to familiarity.
Oh, yep. Well, then Arari Borea will have
That's right.
heard that term.
You know what? Gareth has never encountered undead. I've just made that decision.
Well, Aradi boy gets restless, very restless. He, if it's within his earshot, he's going to come closer and ask, which kind of undead, how many were they?
Tell
And
me
the sort of
more.
exactly. Tell me more.
The guys will dismount and they say, Can we share your campfire? Sister Marin will sort of nod and Rolf will say, sure.
Don't
You
know
may
if Kevin
tie
has
your
encountered
horses over
undead,
there.
so I will check.
Rolf will sort of stay standing until he sort of has looked these guys over well to see, you know, if they're carrying weapons or anything like that. And once he's sort of, you know, confident that they're not meaning trouble, he will then take a seat next to his sword again. These three will pull up, and you'll see, you know, they'll take off their gloves and, you know, warm their hands on the fire. And he'll say, "We saw them in the dark. It's hard to say, but I suspect maybe a half dozen, just wandering in a group." He says, "It's unusual to see Hollowmen this far from the western marches."
We must
I've
destroy
personally
them.
never seen them. You're
The guy
certain
will
they're
say,
not just bandits pretending to be Hollowmen, because that is, I've heard, a common tactic.
That would be a clever trick.
He's totally not going to pretend like, you know, or point out that he may have used that trick back in the day.
he says, "Oh, I'm certain they were not bandits, or if they were, their last meal was a very, very long time ago. We would have taken them ourselves, but decided their number were too great and the risk was not worth it. But yes," and he'll sort of point back, "perhaps a mile or so down the road some."
We must put these abominations to rest as soon as possible.
Damn it, I don't have tactics anymore. Does anybody have tactics?
No, almost spot it as well.
Of course not.
Then Gareth is probably going to direct his next question to Rolf, who seems to be the most tactically minded, and inquires, like, should we move against them even though it's dark? I mean, we would not necessarily want them to come upon our camp at night.
Rolf will ponder, and he says, that's if they come this way. I think if we double our watch tonight, we should be fine. At least keep a watchful eye.
Gareth's
If we move out to try and find these Hollowmen, we might be spending hours and lose rest. It would be better to sleep well and travel rested in the morning. Deal with them if they approach.
Right. So Arabola has not hidden the fact that he's, like, you know, super restless about these things, right?
Yeah, I am very incensed by the fact that you're ignoring the undead. I'm very pissed.
So I think Garrett's actually going to lean over there to Arabola and say, would you mind terribly, you know, sort of a kind of a stage whisper almost. It's like, would you mind terribly scouting ahead, making sure they're not coming in this direction? Perhaps get a better idea of their size and number?
I nod my head. I'll do that.
Very good, man.
So Gareth says, "Be in the mist."
Damn it. Now I want to watch that again.
And that's what I'm going to do.
Make sure to let us know, is there a cave?
Well, that could be important here too.
Yep. So we've totally split the party by sending our scout out by himself. And that's the last we ever see of Arabola.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
scout's job.
I was going
Its
to
name
say,
is
and as
morphing.
usual, the scout is the first to die. Yeah.
The one of the guys with their group sitting around the fire, and he'll note that there's a number of members of the Pale Flame, and he says, "You're traveling east or west?" And Rolf will say, "West, towards Ashford." And he'll nod and say, "If you don't mind me asking, what business does the Pale Flame have in Ashford? It seems like an out-of-the-way place." And Sister Marin says, she'll sort of confidently say, all cities in the, all towns or communities in the Free Cities deserve Solvrath's blessing. Then he says, well, I gather your presence would then be welcome in Ashford. Things are not going well there. The refugee camp has grown in months, and a camp has set up outside the city. Many struggle. Perhaps your presence there, or a prayer to the refugees, will ease their sorrow a little.
And what of the raiding?
No reported raids in the recent months, but a 10-day or more ago, someone said they saw red sails sailing down the marches.
Those blasted halflings again.
As a result, the watch at Ashford has doubled, and now the beacon tower is staffed through the night, and the council there has ordered that every able-bodied resident is expected to attend militia drills twice a week. I hope you are not heading into trouble. With any luck, it is just a rumor, and the red sails were mistaken for something else.
We're adventurers. We are always seeking trouble.
But if you have oil to sell, it will fetch a nice price in Ashford.
Well, I'm no merchant, but I could stand to hear a little more.
What was that? Kivin pays close attention to how she answers. Was that?
Oh yeah, when they asked what we were up to.
Yeah, she obviously doesn't discuss the mission and just says, they're spreading the word of the Lord.
Yeah, I don't think she ever actually said that it was a secret mission, but she clearly doesn't want strangers to know.
Yes, she definitely, like I said, confidently says otherwise, and she did say Ashford and not your destination of Westwatch.
Yeah, not only about the secret, but the way she dodges the question says a lot about her character.
Yep. Is she lying without lying?
Mm-hmm.
Pulling the I thought I knew this person, but she clearly doesn't like me, and he's talking about, a sister that can't stand you.
I will get perception rolls into the box from everyone, please. These are vision based. You could also use observation in this case as well.
Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Considering my observation is a point lower, I'm going to use perception.
Wow, so many failures.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of us have mediocre IQs, I think.
We used up all our good successes the last roll.
Don't
Yeah.
say that.
Okay, so since we will fail forward,
That kind of has a certain implication about the results, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, everyone failed.
Wow.
Well, I'm hoping that I failed the worst.
Of course, he could be
Well,
lying, and we had it made it critical, but that doesn't make sense.
You didn't fail the worst.
Damn it. That means I failed.
So, Ari, you will note
You failed the least.
Wow.
You failed the least. So, Ari, you didn't catch it entirely, but you will see that Sister Marin, obviously has an amulet or something hanging around her neck. She will sort of tuck that into her robe. But you only just catch it as she sort of tucks it in. You don't know what she was doing with it prior to that or anything.
Does it look like she's just putting it inside, or it's like deliberately trying to hide it? Do I get anything from this?
It's just like she's returning it. It's like she had it out, and then she just returned it under her her cloak.
Okay.
It's
okay.
You've not seen. Actually, you may have seen the amulet before that she has around her neck, but on this particular occasion, you just catch a glimpse of her returning it to under her cloak.
Hmm.
No one else obviously makes anything of it.
Nope.
Since you're all, apparently blind.
Well, there isn't much I can do with just that, so just, make a mental note of that, basically.
So the guys will then ask, any news from Kingsrest?
They're short a handful of fighters now.
Let's see. We were there a week, right?
You were there a 10-day or
Yeah, ish.
Okay. In
a
that case,
10-day
we will
thereabouts.
know 10 days worth of news.
A thief was
So
just
not
caught.
much. Yeah, a thief was just caught. Not yet sent to the gallows, but maybe.
Well, he says, it doesn't surprise me. People get desperate in desperate times. Kingsrest is not what it used to be. Those cursed raiders in the west have really done a number on this region. Perhaps
I heard they were halflings gone feral.
That's just a
the
rumor.
the guy will laugh, and he says, I assure you, they're not halflings. They stand as tall as you and I.
So large halflings then.
So what was his
He
delusion
nods.
exactly?
He nods and says, I guess so. But not like any halfling I've seen.
I must admit, learning that they're just normal men is rather disappointing.
I'm sure there are all sorts of rumours. What is known is they do not spring from Pelivar. They speak a tongue that is unfamiliar to all that have heard it. So unless there's any particular questions you have of these guys, they'll basically take a moment to sort of rest their horses, warm. They'll exchange an idle chat, and they'll finish by saying, well, we best be on our way. We'll not make it to Kingsrest tonight, but a little further we'll travel, I think.
May Agalia watch over you.
He says, Galia? I'm not familiar.
Oh, well, how much time do you have, friend?
He
I have
smiles
these
and
handy
says,
tracks.
not enough. And with that, he'll sort of head to his horse and mount up, and then bid you all a good first dark.
Hey, before you go, don't suppose you guys have any booze you're willing to part with?
Do you have any money for it?
He will. He'll say, "Oh, we have a little, but you know, go that. Back in a second."
Evil dog.
No, it's the evil cat killing the evil dog. I was going to bring something up, and now I don't remember what it was.
I guess it's not important then, huh?
I suppose not.
He says, "Yes, we have some wine, but we'll not part with it, unless you have coin.
I got a little. Actually, just saying that, it occurs to me I should probably have a good idea of how much that sort of thing cost.
No, you don't. You're usually too drunk to know.
Well, as a player, I need to know. So I'm betting that would be in Dungeon Fantasy 1. For the record, I have Kevin actually has 9 copper on him. That is everything he has to his name at the moment.
Doesn't alcoholism have a requirement that you must spend, like an addiction? You must spend a certain amount per day?
I don't recall seeing that on there.
I thought alcoholism was just an addiction.
Well, it is, but
And
in this particular
addictions-
case, if I'm around booze, I have to roll to not binge.
Okay, because normally addictions have a cost.
Yeah, this
Voila.
one is a little
per
different.
day.
Gear, that's what I was looking for. I don't know how much the wine skin costs, but how much is the wine that goes in it? Anyway, you don't need to wait on me.
It'll probably be in Dungeon Fantasy somewhere. If it's not,
Yeah.
assume that it's 2 copper per sort of drink, or 1 copper per drink
That's
if it's moonshine.
right. So wineskin holds a gallon, and if DF2 has the drink prices,
The taverns one also does.
that's true.
A per glass price of $2 for cheap ale to $12 for fine wine or spirits is average in a tavern.
So cheap ale, and that is a drink, which is how many drinks is a gallon?
I don't know. That's a freedom unit that I'm not familiar with.
I can figure it out.
Sort of like, how many cheeseburgers are in a football field.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Until you had mentioned Sister Marin, fiddling with her holy symbol, I had forgotten that I actually spent the money to buy a holy symbol for Gareth.
Oh, is it like a little mini shield?
Yeah, it's probably just a little round thing with like an owl on it, sort of like his shield already.
Well, if you wish to trade with them, they will trade, and they'll give you. Actually, you can give me a reaction roll, and that will determine what your fair price is, based off standard reactions.
Stand by.
And then, of course, you will have to make a roll on your alcoholism to see if you binge drink.
Or I can just drink it all.
Or you could just drink it.
So a gallon is going to be about 10 drinks. So that would be 20 copper for cheap ale, which is far more than I could manage. But I don't need a whole gallon. So I'll tell you what, he's he'll give him like 4 copper and at least get a couple of drinks out of it. Reaction, you said. Which there's nothing about suppressing a odious personal habit, I think. Unfortunately for me. And I don't have a skill that I would like to replace that with. So good luck to me. Nope.
All right, so
Apparently I mouthed off a little bit too much.
I believe that means your price is 10% more than fair price.
He'll give him 4 coppers and take whatever he can get for that. It'll be less than he wanted.
All right, so you'll get a drink and a bit.
Yeah. Much appreciated. Would have been more appreciated for more of it, but never mind that. Shh.
He sort of rattles the coins in his hand and says, "Oh, the feeling is mutual," and he will pocket your coin. Well, we shall be on our way. Good luck, but be careful. The Hollowmen are on the road.
Which way?
Well,
Up the road.
He will point back the way that he came. And with that, they spur the horses on, and their lantern light will disappear along the road towards the east. So Rolf will then sort of get his sword, sheath it again, and he says, "All right, if there are Hollowmen about, I don't expect that they'll wander directly to us if they're a mile away. They tend to be mindless, without purpose. So I think we are safe to just double our watch and
like former mercenaries.
And keep an eye on the camp."
We cannot let them just wander around. Maybe they won't get us, but they might get innocent people on the way. We must destroy them.
Well, you and Gareth had already had that discussion about you going off. We got distracted with the rest of the conversation.
You could have totally
Rolf.
snuck off while they were while they're focused on the other stuff.
True
Rolf
that.
says
True that.
we could spend half a night searching for them and still not find them. I don't think it's wise to waste the night. We should travel rested. The road ahead is a long and hard one.
You say that until we hear news of innocent people being attacked by them. I wonder how righteous you are.
Let's see. Give me a reaction roll.
Yeah,
See
that's
how
not going to go well.
Rolf takes that.
Probably
He
horribly.
doesn't have
Let's
bad
see.
temper.
No, he doesn't have bad temper.
Neutral. Well, I think I'm going to use my luck now.
Are you
I'll
trying to
try
get a
to-
poor reaction?
No, I'm trying to actually get him to, go and do that. Fight the undead. So here we
Well,
go.
we wouldn't want to
Well-
take him.
Well, yeah, he's got a
So you're actually
he's got a dodgy
attempting
arm.
to influence him in that way.
Wow. All neutral. Excellent use of my luck.
Yep.
Excellent use.
He says, "I understand your concern. Perhaps if we encounter them in the morning during the daylight, we will dispatch them then. But it is not wise to do it tonight, and I'll not break camp for a foolish endeavour like that. We'll double the watch tonight. Is that understood, Arari Boya?
I'll ignore him. I would, nod my head, but I'll absolutely ignore what he's saying.
Well, you are an employee.
Yeah, I know. But well, I
That's
can do
why
whatever I want on
he
my sleep
that's why
shift.
he nodded and ignored him. It's malicious
Uh-huh.
malicious compliance.
Exactly. Silent quitting. That's what I'm doing.
Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to wait till his guard shift. He's going to go off and look for him, and we're going to get jumped while he's gone.
No, I'll
And
be
then
I'll
he's
be
gonna feel even worse.
I'll be a nice co-worker. I'll wait for my shift to end, and then I'm going there.
That's all
Just
right. You only got to keep up with the slowest person in the group.
Which is Humphrey.
noted.
All right.
Or noted, Gareth.
Time to do the stuff.
Right, Saul. Your watches.
So you said it's going to be doubled. How is that going to work? Is that like the 4 NPCs here are also going to join a watch?
Indeed.
So I'm going to totally say Petra needs to be on watch with Kevin just because.
Petra will. There's certainly a what is it? Buddy relationship happening there.
I think it'd be funny if Aldrich is on watch with Arabola, so he's like completely distracted by whatever it is he's trying to read. So Arabola can
No.
do whatever the hell he wants.
Rolf will be on watch with Ari.
Well,
Lame.
that works. Like Penn said, he's gonna wait until he's done and then go, "Oh, I got to use the bathroom."
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
All right, so Kevin, you're on watch with Petra. She will talk the whole time, asking questions. Yeah. She's just curious, and her brain is a sponge. So.
Oh, she's about to learn the intricacies of mercenary life.
Well, she'll listen with interest, and because she's still young and ADHD takes over, she'll want sort of change subject to like, can you show me how to do that sword move that you showed me on the road again? You get the feeling that she's not really taking the watch seriously, because she's not watching at all. She's using the opportunity just to, chit chat.
That's all right. Just being awake works. Honestly, if you're actually functioning and awake during your watch, you're probably better off than somebody who's watching on purpose and not quite staying awake. But never mind that.
It's like you're speaking with actual practical knowledge there.
I might be.
So if you have light sleeper, you need to make the roll. Because you will be awoken by their stuff.
That's funny. I legitimately seriously considered that, but I did not pick it up.
So check if you have light sleeper. If you do, you need to make a perception roll.
No, I'm fine.
Otherwise, you'll go through your watch, and then I'll roll on this table.
There's a table involved?
Okay. Danjo. Alric will be on watch with you.
Okay.
And that's the result of the roll.
Ah,
Okay,
yeah, that
so
sounds
I
about
will.
right.
So you are on watch with Alric. He will be right at the campfire with his book, and you see he's holding a candle, and he's trying to read by the light of the candle and the fire. Certainly not paying much attention to what's going on. Every now and then he'll sort of look up. You know, he's not negligent, but he's obviously, you know, his attention is not entirely focused on watch.
Well, Danger's doing
And
kata at the same time anyway.
and he will say, Danjo, the fire is getting a little low. Perhaps we can gather some wood.
Mhm.
Sure, go for it.
Well, he says, it's probably best that I stay here in camp. Just in case those Hollowmen are out there.
So that lazy ass expects me to go and do it.
Mhm.
Well, you are an employee.
Are you not duty bound?
Mm.
Fine. Go off and look for some bits of wood.
Well, maybe you'll get lucky and find something you can kill.
Okay,
Be
give
good
me
practice.
a perception roll at -2. You don't need to make this in the box. And do you have darkness or night vision or anything like that?
Nope.
Well, you succeeded a little. Uh-huh. So who
Well, I
sneaks
guess I
up
will
on the
need to go
ninja?
after them.
Oh,
Someone
that's
upstairs
right.
moving crap around on their floor. Getting
No.
friggin' annoying.
My bad. Ari, since your watch was for before Danjo, were you going
No.
to do anything?
I'm absolutely going to track the Hollowmen down if possible. I know it's dumb, but my guy's obsessed, so I guess I have to
Well,
live.
Yeah, it
with
makes
that.
sense if you've got the obsession. Yeah.
That's why it's a disadvantage.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's why I'm pestering these
So,
people about super boring crap about how to run a freaking church.
it was nice meeting you guys, so I'll go there.
Mm-hmm.
Why
find your
is
corpse later.
Sister Marin got Danjo's name underneath her now?
Ooh.
Well,
So there was a pop-up, and I don't know where. I think that came from that roll that on the table for some reason. And
yeah. You can close
Yeah.
that.
I had it on a different image, but I guess it's whatever image you had
Yeah,
popped up. It
you
comes up
can.
on it.
You can close it.
Not sure what the
I
point
wonder
of
if
that
I
is.
can. I wonder if I can turn that off.
Well, I know tables have a selection for the output, and I wonder if you just got the wrong one on that.
Oh, good news for Danjo. He's going to have Aribola come running back going, ah!
That's Boya, by the way.
Whatever.
yeah, it's Boyer.
I'm not from
So,
around here.
Ari,
I
you
speak weird.
intend to leave the camp, and Rolf will note you starting to sort of walk away. He'll catch up. He doesn't want to wake the rest of the camp, and he says, Ari, where exactly do you think you're going?
Well, I'm just going to catch some fresh night air.
He's going to the toilet.
Yeah, as well.
Ask him if he wants to go with you to shake it for you.
He's going to meet Hollowmen and he's going to come back having it done in his pants.
He's going to say, just remember, you have a duty to this camp. I hope you're not thinking of going to find those Hollowmen, at least not on your own. I do promise you this. In the morning, or when it's light, if we encounter these Hollowmen, then we will dispatch them.
Well, I'm just going for some fresh air, but what if we don't in the morning? Not that it's my concern. I'm just going to take a walk, stretch my legs.
He will say, we'll have a far better chance finding them in the daylight than you will at night. I can assure you that.
Oh, yes, you are absolutely right about that. I'm just going to, take a stroll.
He says, I expect you to be back within minutes. Is that understood?
Well, I'm on my sleep shift, so I mean, I can do whatever I want in my sleep shift.
No,
What
you're
if I
actually on your
just want to
watch.
walk around?
You're on your watch
No, I
shift.
wait. Oh, so no, so I'm not doing that. I'm waiting for my shift to end.
Yeah.
I thought I had
Oh, so
mentioned that
you
before.
left on Kiven's watch.
Yeah,
Yes,
he said he
I
was going to
waited.
wait till the end of his watch.
Yep. So I don't, fuck everyone else up.
Okay, gotcha. Well, in that case, Rolf will
Ignore everything he said.
Yeah.
Rolf will still say what he says, but he says, if you are stubborn enough to go out in the dark by yourself, then Solwrath watch upon you. But I think it is a foolish endeavour.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. And I
Be
just walk
back.
away.
Be back before the dawn.
It's all
I
right.
will.
We'll find him. We'll find Araboya walking amongst them as one of them.
All
We'll
right,
put you down.
So Ari, everyone else will recover your fatigues. Ari, you will not recover your fatigues due to you're not getting a full night's sleep.
Hey, but you won't
That's
have
fine.
nightmares.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And
If I
give
survive.
me did you have night vision?
I have two, night vision 2.
Okay. Give
It's
me
interesting times.
a perception roll. Add your night vision to that roll and roll in the box, please.
Okay.
And tell me, how long are you out looking for these Hollowmen?
Well, he's only got to go a mile, so
Well, until I
Well,
find them.
that's
the thing.
true, but going a mile in the dark
right.
in
If he
unfamiliar
takes twice as long,
territory.
it's what, 10, 15 minutes?
To be fair, he could also just like walk down the road because it's unlikely the merchants got off the road.
Well, and also to be fair, a mile down the road is within sight.
It depends.
Assuming
Depends on the
intervening terrain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So how long does Ari
until
spend in his search?
I find them.
So we find him tomorrow.
Okay.
No, actually, let me rephrase that. Until I find them, or it's day and I have to go back.
Which shift was he on?
Second.
Second, so potential 4 hours.
So he's on the dawning watch. Sorry, no, he's on the before light watch.
Yeah, he should
Okay.
be able to get there and back in about 20 to 30 minutes, and that give him 30 minutes to look around over there.
Well, in that 30 minutes, he doesn't find anything. So you will keep searching until it starts to get light.
So that being the case, that would be an extra 30 minutes to get a +1. And then an extra hour on top of that to get a +2. And +3 by daylight.
Okay. Pick a tent on the map.
Who's picking a tent?
Pick a tent or the where you would be sleeping on the ground if you have a tent. Actually, never mind. There's only 4
Looks
tents.
like I do not have a tent.
And Kevin will sleep
Blanket
by
and
the
stuff
tree.
like that. Yeah, it's also going to depend on what time it is.
So since it's Danjo's watch with Aldrich, this tent is available for someone to sleep if they're in the next watch. Otherwise, You sleep where you want to sleep. Ari is away.
Yeah, it doesn't apply to me.
Put him in the tent. Those are some large tents, by the way.
Yeah. Scale issues.
Or maybe they just want some extra room, you know.
Shiranui will be off looking for some woods.
That's Mr. Shiranui to you.
Give me a D6 roll, Shiranui.
Denjo Sama.
Or Danjo. So 6. So that's 1, 2, this way.
Right. That's a table we need. Direction.
Yeah, that could certainly be tabularized.
Need to make a note.
Yeah, you should probably just change the name on the PC to Danjo, since we're going to call you Danjo.
All right, Shiranui, I'll let you put yourself anywhere within that circle.
That doesn't seem good.
Once you've decided,
That'll do.
okay.
Choose the form of the destroyer.
I couldn't get it out of my mind.
An ancient red dragon.
Ray, what did you do?
Okay. So, Shiranui, since you actually made the roll, you can give me an IQ roll. All right. Danjo, you will hear something.
He hears them both interchangeably.
You will hear something moving or something from in that direction, but you are unable to determine what the nature of that noise is.
It's airy.
Yeah, that would be
Or maybe Kivan, who did drink a little too much.
Maybe taking a piss.
Go into stealth mode.
Well, you should be the right guy for that.
Indeed.
All right. Feel free to roll stealth. So you're going into stealth mode and doing what?
Sneaking up towards it.
Run
To get
toward
it
the
inside
danger.
anyway.
Okay, so you'll get to there, and then I can reveal.
Uh-huh. They're smugglers.
You will see silhouettes moving with purpose towards the camp.
How much purpose?
Okay, head back to camp. Try to do it carefully, but not exactly stealthily.
You can do the -5 stealth to do a full move.
Yeah, do that.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But it might.
Okay, you can do a full
Steal
move
the
if you
line
like.
from Baldur's Gate 2. All the world
Uh-huh.
blind to your passing. Of course, that guy kind of betrayed the party, but that's not the point. Jeez.
Based on Denjo's trajectory, he'll probably pass Kivin sleeping next to that tree first.
Okay, so that's one turn of movement. You can have a second turn of have as many turns of movement as you like until you're doing something other than moving. Just let me know how many turns.
You don't need to roll each turn.
All I want to do is get back in and warn them that there's something moving around in those bushes heading in this direction.
Up arms, up arms.
All right. So
Not
do
going
you
crazy,
shout?
just doing
Do you
it.
shout that as you approach the camp, or?
No.
All right. So move yourself to where you're going, and then announce exactly what you do. So that's 2 moves.
Wake up, people.
All right. Everyone can make a perception roll. I think it's +5 if you have combat reflexes?
6.
+6. Alaric will look up from his book, and he'll say, "What is it? What is it?"
There's those hollow ones coming. Pointing back in the direction that he came from.
Okay, everyone that succeeded your perception, unfortunately, Arari Boya is not here at this point in
Yep.
time. What I
Having a
might
stroll.
get you,
Irony.
what I might get you to do is, you can control Rolf.
Maybe he detected them on the way out. And is actually following them.
Wow, nice.
Holy God!
Gareth is up and about. Holy cow. By 12? Yeah, buddy.
He was sleeping without his armor, and suddenly it's all on.
No, I suspect he's just going to have the shield and the sword during this fight.
And he's
Well,
already
he'll be
killed
faster.
2 of them.
So, Ronnke, I would be tempted to have Airy roll on the universe timing roll. Like, if he's early or a bit earlier on time, like maybe he is within a move
that could work.
of. Because I really like those tables that Giger created.
So
You know-
which one?
You know where that is? The universe
I'll drop
jack.
it into
Universe
chat.
timing. I hold on
There you
time.
go.
Oh, man.
Well, never
So I
mind.
was like, I'd be tempted to like park him right up there where he's like, just he's like, oh man, I lost him.
Yeah.
Couldn't find him just as they attack us.
Not getting fired. Not getting fired this time, I think.
Yeah, Rolf won't know any different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so did everyone wake up successfully? Yes. So that is two
All good.
turns to there. So let me just move these guys 2 turns. We'll say 3 turns. How long does it take everyone to sort of get up and start moving? That'd be 4, 5 turns.
I got a margin crit on mine.
We'll say
Uh,
10 turns to be out of your bed, weapon in hand, leaving your tent or at your
well,
sleeping area.
so if you're awake, you got 2 turns to get to standing, and at least 1 turn per weapon you have to grab, and that can be worked through depending on the order. 4 or 5 turns probably.
Plus a couple of turns to get out of your tent.
And is another matter.
We'll say 10 turns. These guys aren't exactly moving fast, so.
Well, Kevin's not in a tent.
Neither's Gareth.
So we'll say those people not in tents, you have an extra 2 turns to do stuff. But these are going to be, we'll go into combat time.
Yeah, where is Gareth?
These guys are here.
Oh, there he is.
So
He was parking himself near the girl to make sure she was protected. He's trying to be a better guy.
Uh-huh.
Aldrich is not a combatant, so he'll sort of go behind your
Scream girlishly.
your gear. He's not screaming girlishly, but he's certainly not putting himself in the way of a fight. And then, so Gareth, you have 2 turns of movement.
He had enough time
and
to don his helmet, grab his shield, grab his sword. No
okay,
armor.
so
And Danjo will pile more wood onto the fire to make it larger.
okay, you will put some wood on the fire. And Kivin, you have 2 turns to do something.
And turn his back to the fire to acclimatise his eyes to the darkness again.
There you go. Now you do the close one eye while you're looking at the fire, and then close the other eye.
Pirate style.
So Kevin did not fail his impulsiveness check, so he does not have to go charging off on his own. So at this point, he will attempt to assemble with the rest of the crew and meet them at the same time. But otherwise, he will hold position.
Shoo.
All right, so we shall start combat. Actually, talk amongst yourself. I'm just going to let the dog back in.
Well,
My
maybe we
apologies.
should just take 5 and be done with it.
Sure.
I mean, I have to say again,
Charging forward like a crazy person.
Let's take this opportunity. Take 5.
Damn,
Or
those
at
are
least
some
a few
fast
minutes.
skeletons.
We'll be back shortly. Okay, we are back. All right, let's begin. Once the Hollowmen see victims, or predators prey ahead of them, they will move much faster than normal.
Well, what's normal?
Dude, the skeletons move at 8.
Good God.
That's crazy.
It's that lack of encumbrance.
That's not untrue. Right now, my move is at 7 because I'm just carrying the shield and the sword and the helmet. Which will suck if I get stabbed. Damn it, I'm getting surrounded here.
Mm-hmm. Apparently my camouflage worked on the GM.
No, your camouflage worked just fine.
Do they say Gur Arg as they lunge forward? Or is it more like the noise that the Nazgul emit?
Wind whistling through bare teeth.
Yeah, I think these are more like the ones in Game of
they're
Thrones.
whistlers.
Yeah, that'd be Game of Thrones-ish. But they are fast.
Okay, well, let's see what we can do about that. So, Kevin is going to pop out from behind that tree. And he's going to cut Skeleton Axe here off at the knees. Or attempt to, at least. So, that guy did a full move thing, which means he's probably not going to be able to retreat. I am coming from a side hex.
You can still retreat on a full move. They didn't do a move and attack.
That's did they not?
You can't retreat. No.
Carry on then. And I need to actually pull up all my shite. So where is my longsword?
Oh, sorry.
So,
I will need fright checks. From everyone. You get to add your combat reflexes bonus. If you have self-determined that you've not seen Hollowmen before,
that's me.
I will assess that as a -2 on top of that.
Did you mean in combat?
Yes, in combat bonus.
Right. Okay, -2 you said?
What's the fright check standard bonus for combat reflexes?
Plus
that
2, I think.
Should be baked in, but it's +2.
That would be 0.
If you have self-determined that you have not seen Hollowmen before. All right, so Kevin, you will be fine.
Kevin. He is not surprised. He was expecting these to show up eventually anyway. So, he is coming from side hex. He is probably going to go ahead and I think we'll put the deceptive 1, and he is going for the leg. So that is a limb. That is deceptive 1. And that's probably all I'm willing to part with at the moment. So swing, shot, that is how we're going to do
An
this
omen.
today.
All right,
Wow.
roll on the critical miss table.
This,
I don't know what to say.
this is dude, you're a weapon master. That's exactly what happens. Remember how many times Gabe kept doing that bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
It's you're still a little bit groggy from the drink and waking up suddenly.
And here we go with the drop the weapon again.
Uh-huh.
All right. Feel free to add your own effects and such. All right, Gareth,
All right.
you're fine.
He's fine.
Clearly, it's obviously something frightening to see, but you are able to continue.
Caught on the tree, I guess.
So I think Gareth is actually going to shield bash or rush, something like that. Hold on, the skeleton with the bow, because the dude blew past me, so he's like in a side hex. I think it's going to be a shield rush. Now I have to remind myself. One of these days, I swear, I'm actually going to have this memorized. Because he's turning into using the shield all the time.
Well, there are actually
Thrust. Okay, so that's that.
there are multiple ways to do that, and you don't necessarily have to do the rush. So you could do a shove with the shield as well.
Well,
but
he
don't
wants
try
to
to
do
figure that out now.
He wants to do the extra damage, so it's going to be the rush.
Well, a shove will actually do double knockback.
I don't want to do the double knockback because that doesn't do any actual damage.
Well, that's true.
That guy selected. I had the wrong guy selected, I think. No, I didn't. I had the correct. Holy cow! Margin crit. All right.
Well, there's no defense, so
This
your
is why
things.
he's like using the shield so much more often.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, his mistress, his patron, his goddess approves. So, normal damage. Luckily, that is some pretty solid crushing damage.
Is this just to do damage, or is this to try and knock
This
down?
is just to do damage against the skeleton. Yeah.
Okay.
I think let me double check what the rush says, because I explicitly have bash, bind, and rush in there. Rush it's basically a slam, so they can dodge. Nope, can't dodge. So in this case, I guess under the shield rush, it does say you will roll your thrust -2 crushing damage against me as well.
Except that's going to be taken on the shield, so I'm not going to worry about that.
It's compared as long as whoever does the lower damage must make a dex check, and if they can't do more than 8, when you look at it, you can probably say, yeah, they have to make the dex check or fall down.
Okay, so you'll smash into this thing. It's not sufficient to cause knockback.
You have to make thrust -2. If you fail, you have to do a dex check or fall down.
Thrust -2.
Yep. But I have several.
Okay, so he's going to fall down.
Yeah, I have like
Well,
several
he's going
perks,
to
I
make a
think
dex
it
roll.
is, that basically ramp up how much damage I can actually do with the shield. Because,
He will succeed his dex roll, so he won't fall down.
But he didn't like taking that damage.
He did not like taking that damage, and he will. Let me just check these traits.
Die in a fire? I like die in a fire. I choose die in a fire. Can I get somebody to back me up on that?
I
Sure.
think. I'm not sure if they get stunned.
Oh, if they don't actually have injury tolerance for that prevents stun, then they get stunned. I forget what it is.
Well, they seem to have all the injury tolerances, so I'm going to say that he doesn't get stunned.
Is it just no stun? Is that what it is?
Actually, let's do it. I will say he is stunned if you would kindly put stunned on.
I would absolutely
that dude.
throw stun on there.
But it's not stun in the normal sense. It's more like, regaining his footing and such for being knocked about. All right, so Humphrey will emerge. I'm going to say he's failed his will roll and will be frightened. Just because I really don't want to have to control his things. Danjo, you're up.
Made the fright check.
All right.
Okay, ninja toe out, straight up, and attack.
All right, so
That's Skelly.
a which you have two in front of you. The one you're facing.
Can barely see the facing.
Zoom in.
It's the little, zoom in, mouse wheel to zoom in.
Well, you don't have arrows on those things.
You have your arrows.
Yeah, that's true. On the critters, there are no arrows. I was just going off of facing.
Yeah, the way they're looking is the way they're facing.
Until the GM forgets.
Okay, so the one you're facing is the one you're attacking. So number 2, skeleton sword number 2. Target him. So control click. Yep, just like that. So are you doing a move and attack? Or
Yes.
are you doing a heroic charge? Because a move and attack is your roll is capped at 9. It's -4, capped at 9. For a heroic charge, you spend a fatigue, and you can attack as per normal.
Yeah, okay, spend fatigue. What is it, 2 points?
1
1
point.
point.
One.
All right, so you use some extra effort, and this thing will attempt a defense.
Shouts out, Hadouken!
What's its best
Okay, he
defense?
probably doesn't shout that out.
It will fail to defend. Do your damage. Nice. I like those really low damages.
We don't.
Okay, that's it. Advance your turn. Ari, it's your turn.
Okie dokie. I find
You
it
can
very
see the Hollowmen that you've been looking for are in your camp.
okay. So I'll roll my fry check.
You won't be at penalty.
Well, I'm right on time to reuse my luck.
No,
So
you don't
I'll
need
use my
to.
No,
luck.
You
you
don't
don't
need
need
to.
to
You get
because
a
you're in a
plus
combat
5 for being in combat. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Well, so I think I'll go towards them. Yep, that's me. And I find extremely ironic that the ranger and the ninja are the less mobile of the party.
That is
Well.
kind of amusing. Well, I am normally the least mobile because when I have my armor on, my move is 4. But right now I have whatever I'm wearing, clothes. Maybe I'm just wearing my underwear and a shield and a helmet and a sword.
So
I'm not quite as naked as Giger's character it normally is in Conan.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So the white will hiss something as it charges in. Aldrich will take all-out defense. Rolf will emerge from his tent. He will have to make his will roll. Which he will succeed. And he will see that there are Hollowmen between him and Petra. He will shout, "Petra, run to Sister Marin." And then
It was actually
will
one of my
move.
thoughts is I wanted to get between me, her, and them.
Run, P-Chan, run.
So he will run to there.
We say that, and she's going to draw the sword and kill every single one of them.
Sister Marin will take stock of the situation. Petra. Why does she not have a move score?
Did she make her fright check? Because I could totally see her failing that.
Oh, well. She did.
Unless she didn't. She's like, it's just some undead.
She
Wait,
will
you guys haven't
freeze.
seen these things before? They're common skeletons.
Do we have an effect for frightened?
Let me look.
Don't think we do, but we've got the surprise one, which will work.
We'll use stunned. Shock. We'll use shock.
You should just add a custom frightened.
No, what we had an icon there for Yeah, it was surprised is the one I was thinking of.
All right, we'll
Specifically
use that
for
one.
when you fail a surprise
Is
check.
it surprise that we're using?
We'll use surprise. I
Yeah,
just
that one.
dropped it on there.
Yeah, I was like about to drop it on there, and you beat me to it.
And I probably intended that we would probably end up using surprise for frighten as well. It's kind of the same effect.
Okay, skeletons. The skeleton in front of Gareth will take a swing with his axe.
The one that Kevin almost are attacked?
The one that Kevin missed, yes.
Okay.
That is a successful hit, unless you defend.
I am absolutely going to try to defend. So he's in front of me, so I am going to parry in this case.
The next skeleton will come out of his stun.
Expertly parried, thanks to the DB.
Okay. Gareth, you fend off the axe blow. The skeleton that you charged into, the one with the bow,
bowman.
It will come out of its stun and steady itself back on its feet.
Boo.
This skeleton, I guess it'll turn towards Gareth.
Man, getting the feeling these guys don't like me for some reason. It's clearly because they can sense that Agalia has blessed me.
Maybe it's the garlic on your breath.
Nope, it's because Agalia has blessed me. They know she does not like undead.
Oh.
And one of the shticks I will get when I becomes a holy warrior is foes personally slain by me cannot rise as undead.
While his token indicates a sword, it is actually an axe that he carries.
So he's trying to ask me a question.
He's going to axe you to death. Will successfully hit.
This time I am going to block it with the shield. And even though I had 2 6s on that roll, I succeeded by 0.
But you will take shield damage.
Those bastards.
The damage will be that.
I don't know what that is. Whoa! What the hell?
Yeah, that's about
Wait,
right.
no. That's wrong. That's a parry. Nope.
Well,
That reminds me.
Not that much different.
I need to probably reset my shield stuff because I had the statistics and I reduced it based off of the damage that was taken during the holodeck thing.
Yeah, so you can reset those.
So medium shield
what
standard 18/4/18 cover DR. Okay, I guess I didn't. Hit points DR hit points is 4/18. Okay, so when I take the damage in this case,
no. What's the cover DR?
The cover DR of a medium shield standard is 8, according to Up in Arms shields.
So you don't take any damage.
Yeah, but
So that's that.
I parried by 0, so that means I did require the damage bonus, the DB.
So in this case, the DR and hit points apply. So you're
So you won't take any damage, but your
It'll
shield will
be-
take damage.
So that's going to be 4 points of damage since I have a DR slash of 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when it gets
And-
down below a third, just like everything else, you start having problems.
Can you repair those?
Yes.
Yeah. Armory, small arms or something like that. Melee
think.
weapons, something like that.
Well,
Maybe considered
I
armor.
have body armor and melee weapons
Body armor.
armory checks. So probably body armor.
Yeah. Easy enough to find out.
Okay, carry on.
Okay. So this skeleton is also apparently using an axe. It will charge past Petra, who is, terrified, stunned at what's going on. Will charge past Danjo and make a beeline for Sister Marin. And will do a move and attack.
Mm-hmm.
But will fail since they don't have fatigue to spend.
Mm-hmm.
Given.
Okay. Well, I'm about to probably end up looking like an idiot here. Because, of course. But he is going to assume a low posture and attempt to ready the sword in one round. God help us all. Nope.
So you fumble with the sword in the
Did
dark.
nothing.
So, quick question. I know in D&D, skeletons take more damage from crushing attacks. Is that the case in fantasy? Or not fantasy, in dungeon fantasy?
You can make a hidden roll undead if you want.
Yeah, he's not going to know that.
Hidden lore.
I do not have any of those sort of skills.
So I think it will default to IQ -6, I believe.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. That
Probably
would
not.
basically be like his entire turn, right?
No, it's not a skill use. This is just a knowledge thing. So
Okay, well, hold on.
it doesn't hurt to make the roll.
Let me throw hidden lore onto my character sheet.
Or just roll some dice and see if it matters.
Shush you.
Unless you want to put it on there.
It makes the sheet look more impressive.
Well, to be fair, the Holy Warrior, one of the advantages it ends up having is what the hell is that thing called? Higher purpose. And the higher purpose is either defeat demons or defeat undead. So it would make sense if I could pick up some hidden lore undead down the road. Although I'm going to call it hidden lore Hollowmen.
Well, Hollowmen is the name for undead.
Oh.
Right. I'm embracing the setting.
Right.
Okay, what is that going to be? That is, oh, no, there is no default to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think hidden lore actually has a default.
Too bad, so sad.
Too bad, so sad. Okay, so
I think theology can work there as well.
yeah, I've got that was something he's trying to learn, but it's not exactly something that is a regular brute would know.
Well, his theology may be a little off, too.
This is true. I don't like this, but it's true. Okay, attack, 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 attack. That is... Ah, damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Crap. Sorry, everyone. I hate being the guy that's slowing things down, but I'm trying to actually use the shield in cooler ways.
No worries.
So, which one of those, I may have screwed this up before, but which one of those removes your DB if you use a shield as an attack? Is it like shield bash?
I
Or am I
don't
completely
recall one doing that.
All right, I may be just completely misunderstanding that. Okay, so I think he's going to go ahead and do another shield rush / slam against the skeleton with the bow, and he is going to also do extra effort for mighty blows with that shield.
Now, that one does require you to go into close.
Does it? Okay. What about the other one? Shield slam. Is that right? Shield
Yeah,
slam.
slams and shield. Well,
Bash.
actually,
Bash. I meant bash.
okay. Bash, you check, but it should. I think it says it's a each one.
Yeah. Okay. So it's going to be bash, I think.
Yeah, bash is just hitting him with the shield.
I'm going to do a shield bash with mighty blows, so I need to reduce my fatigue by 1. And here's to hoping this fella, or I roll really well again. I rolled really well again. Holy cow.
Well,
That's 2 margin crits with the shield. Clearly.
it gives me more time to pick up my goddamn sword.
Clearly, Agelia approves of me using this weapon in this way.
So you're going to sell your sword and just use a shield?
No, he'll still have the shield, but
You could use
I mean the sword, but he'll probably use the shield more often. You know, wait till I get the really cool one that I can start throwing like Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Normal damage. But that is +1. Is that right? Yes, Mighty Blows is +2 damage or +1 per die. So
right.
this could theoretically actually hurt a lot. Smite! Ooh, that kind of hurts.
Still.
9 points.
Well, that is sufficient to knock it back. So it is knocked back 1 yard.
Dex roll.
Living. Okay, that's it. All right.
Damn, I was hoping it would collapse or something.
It will. Which one is it? That one. Tell us how.
It's not really
I slammed that shield squarely in the center of this thing, and it just splintered into pieces and collapsed in a heap.
You will let out a squeal as it dies. All right, Humphrey is
again.
Stunned. Shiranui. Sorry, Danjo.
You're going to get that eventually.
Going to, what is it, heroic charge towards the skeleton, saying, "That's summer." Full move.
All
Full
right.
move.
Spending another fatigues. Keep in mind,
Yep.
you are attacking from a rear hex, so it will get no defense. So if you want to do fancy things, you can telegraph and all that sort of stuff.
Depending on
Swing to the
things.
neck.
Yeah, you should telegraph that. +4 to hit, and then minus to the
Five.
neck is
5 to the neck.
-5. So that'd be a -1 total.
Here we go.
Don't roll like me.
Yeah, don't roll like Giger.
All right. Well,
No one
that
wants
is
to
a
roll like
successful hit.
Giger.
You can do your damage.
See, ever since
Maximum.
Nice, very nice. Ever since Mel retired, Giger has taken up the super shitty dice rolling.
No, just for this campaign.
I don't know. I was rolling pretty crappy in the holodeck thing.
Well, I will move. Let me see one thing
Okay.
really quickly. -5. I have a question. Do whites have vitals?
You're probably in the same boat as Gareth in that regard. You don't have hidden lore, or actually, do you?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
If you've been pursuing undead, it's not unreasonable.
Yeah, I might add that. I thought more in the future, character development.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you'll need hidden
But
lore undead to know that sort of stuff. I've also moved you forward a little bit. If you want, you can
thank you.
also play Rolf if you want to be rolling dice. I don't want you just sitting out the
No, it's
whole
fine.
fight.
It's fine. I'm getting there. It's -4. I think I might. Um, I have a question. Can I do the quick shooting rules from martial arts?
You can do you have heroic archer.
Well,
Yep.
he's talking about the quick shooting bows. So
Yep.
with the weapon master and heroic archer, that brings it down to -1 on both
Yep.
the knock roll and the shot,
Yep.
which is bloody ridiculous.
Well, 40 points. 40 points for that.
Oh, it ain't cheap.
Yeah,
I gotta show you my One Ring character. He has the same
I think
thing.
I think we did decide that we were going to utilize martial arts.
Yeah, we did.
So, sure, go for it. As
Great.
long as you're
So
familiar with
first,
how that works, then you apply the modifiers and stuff that you need, because I'm not familiar with it.
yeah, I mean, I'm moving and attacking, but I'm a heroic archer, so I ignore the bulk. So I am doing two rolls, one to ready the bow and the other one to shoot. So
Now that is, well,
Actually, I
sorry.
forgot that you use a bow, so I'm going to retcon your movement. You can go back to where you were.
Okay.
so if you're doing okay, and this got me with that previously mentioned One Ring character. You're normally not allowed to do a rapid strike with a move and attack, and the quick shooting bows is technically a rapid strike. But having said that, you already had an arrow out, and it's probably already knocked. So you probably don't even need to do that.
I mean, it does say here that heroic archer may instead choose move and attack as well. But in any case, I'll. I think I'm just going to wait and I'll get closer. -5. I want to go for the vitals anyway.
Ah,
Yeah. Ah, now you're moving. Okay, I see that.
Hello.
uh-huh.
Very convenient.
All right. Aldrich Vane will take a step there, using the stuff to sit between them, taking all out defense.
He could hold up his book as protection.
Come on, you pussy.
All right. Rolf will see that that there is Hollowmen heading for Sister Marin. He feels that, well, he sees that Petra is terrified, but he will be obligated to charge in there, and he is just going to slam into the white, hoping to knock it down, since his off arm, or his off arm is not very good. Unfortunately, he lays in the shoulder, but the white has enough momentum and speed to slip past him. Sister Marin will ready her staff, and will also take all-out defense. Petra will continue to be frightened. Yes, she will continue to be frightened. Okay, this guy with the axe is going to have another attack on Garen.
Who?
Oh, sorry, Gareth. So that is a successful hit.
Followed by a successful parry by 3 with his sword.
Okay. This skeleton here will see his opening.
Come on, move in the way. No, out of the way, stupid skeleton. Thank you.
All right, this skeleton will attack Sister Mara.
Well, if she's doing all out determined parry and got the +2 for the staff, she's going to be hard to get to.
Okay, that is a successful hit.
Unless she sucks. Or rolls like Kevin.
She's going to retreating dodge instead. It gives more bonuses. And she'll do the 2 defenses option. Actually, no, +2. 1 defense at +2.
You're supposed to choose
that. Will be 6. Yes, that will be a success. She falls back, gives ground, but the skeleton will pursue. Given.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it again. And I'm really leaning toward my first thing I need to go for is luck.
Or improved weapon master.
All right, I freaking got it this time. So
improved weapon master like Gabe did.
He has got the weapon. The weapon is actually ready to use. And he will stand as his step.
Right. Part of our job is to defend these guys.
Mm-hmm.
This could potentially really suck for me because I'm putting my back to that guy.
Uh-huh. Well, it's going to go they're going to go before I do, so I'm not going to be able to cut its legs out from under me.
Yep. Like I said, this could really suck for me. Successful shield bash. I am coming from a rear hex, so I don't think it can actually defend.
No defense.
Nope.
And I need to double check something very quickly.
Which is a little bit weird since they don't actually have eyes and stuff. You cut its head off. It still fights until it's dead, but it doesn't have 360-degree vision as in its trait, so
this is GURPS. You don't
the
get
magic
anything
just
for free.
works. The magic just works forward, I guess.
Oh, you're doing a shield rush. You know what happens if you knock it right into Danjo?
Correct. I don't know.
I was going to say that. I was going to say that you're basically throwing him on top of the
important part. Wait do you see the important part?
Right.
Shower me with bones.
14 points with the shield.
Awesome.
Ow.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
so
if they're vulnerable to crushing.
Uh-huh.
This is going to cause it to be knocked back.
There's nowhere for it to go.
Well, if it gets knocked into somebody, it gets knocked into somebody.
So it'll get knocked into
shield rush,
Danjo's
it has
hex.
to, yeah, I don't think it can. It cannot remotely beat my damage. So it's going to have to make a dex check or fall down. Oh, or falls automatically if the higher damage roll was at least twice as much, which I suspect it's twice as much.
That's true. You can make the case
so
that
is this the one first? Is this the one where it doesn't actually take damage? This is just for the...
No, this is actual physical damage.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is also not a knockback situation, quote unquote, in the normal sense. So technically he would get, well, actually, is that true?
Okay, I think I've got everything right.
Slam.
Okay.
Okay, he must make a dex roll. You're knocking out of that. Yeah. Yeah, I think he actually just falls down in place. In which case,
Booyah!
Banjo is saved.
Okay, so I think what
Wow.
happened there is Gareth came charging in there and he smashed that thing so hard it just exploded.
And the skull goes over Banjo's head.
Cloud
The
of
skull
white
will
dust covers
absolutely go over
Danjo.
Danjo's head, so Danjo can kick it or do whatever he wants to, or ignore it.
Have you thought about putting like a spike on your shield boss, Garrett?
All right, so
I've
Danjo,
considered it. Don't need it.
a
Agalia is with
Imagine.
me.
bones from behind rain down upon you. And as apparently a skull flies over your head, lands in front of you.
Well, I'm hoping the skull in front of me goes flying up in the air too.
One thing at a time, man. One thing at a time.
Oops, I forgot something.
Isn't that always the thing?
Wow.
Well, can only do so much better than that.
What's going on there?
Well, I think that's not right. Looks like
Well, it's still
plus
rolls a
4
6.
minus 5, plus 4 minus 5. So
Well, so it
it's
was
still a
minus 1 more than it
success.
should have been.
Yeah, it's still a success, but it's you doubled up the
looks like
mods.
it.
So it's a success by 6 instead of by 7. Which, hey,
Attack
that's
from
cool.
behind hits automatically, so just do your damage.
Make it count. Well, ain't bad.
To the neck.
I don't know how much that matters if with a skeleton, but
Trying to separate the head.
yeah. Well, I don't know that you'll get any extra out of it.
Don't
Yeah, I
lose
think
your
that's it.
head.
It'll still hurt though. It's like hanging off. Oh, never mind. Good job.
Tell
Okay.
Off
us,
with its head.
how does this go down?
The two skulls, one going over my head and the one I'm cutting off, collide in midair and slam to the ground
There you go.
like they're
Nice.
kissing each other.
And if we could understand skull, they would be like really confused.
You go, mwah!
Yeah, the skull's going, I'm not that sort of guy.
In Japanese,
Like
it would
collide
be
in midair and trade
"Phew."
mandibles.
Their mandibles get stuck together.
Oh well,
All right,
so
Ari.
I'll do a move and attack then. So there's better. So first I'll do a bow roll at -1 to ready my bow.
Did you say you're doing a move and attack?
Yep. God damn it. Just I'm not with my mouse, so it's a pain in the ass. Sorry, a second.
You do have
Okay,
lots
now
of
I got my
modifiers and stuff. You can just roll and then math it in your head if you like.
No. Or just because this is the straight one, it's a bow -1, and then the complicated one is the next one. I'll do it now.
Right
Hold
up.
on. Success, and now I'm doing the complicated one. Let's see if the thing works.
I guess I'm gonna have to look into that later and
Let's
see
see
if
now.
because I think I set up the sheet to not allow move and attack and
No, I think it's fine because I think
the quick
you
shooting.
I think you considered for gunslinger, so it's the same. Let's see. In any case, I'm going for the vitals in the white. No, that didn't work.
Okay.
No, let me try again because the things didn't factor.
There you go.
Okay, now it did. Now it did it. Yay!
Okay. So you are a rare hex. So you just do damage.
Is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Anything
Not bad.
along there
Damage?
is rare
For a
hex.
bow.
Well, it depends on what you think the facing is.
Your damage type is not recorded.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's piercing. It's piercing.
Could I get you to
right.
just so the calculator thing works?
That
Just
should have
roll
armor
it again,
piercing on it as well,
regardless.
doesn't it?
If it's a
If you're
higher
using
number, we're going
bodkin,
to take that. If you
I'm
rolled a
using
5
bodkin.
or a 6, we're absolutely taking that. But
no,
otherwise,
we'll
it's a
take
4.
Yeah, we'll take your 4. I just need to get you to roll your damage with the piercing and the armor divisor. So it's armor divisor
it's
2,
okay. 2.
and it'll be PI.
Yeah, I think I've done it right this time. Well, the
Look at
same.
that.
Well, that's fortunate.
How convenient!
Really?
Really.
Is that a good really or a bad really?
Probably a confusing really, it sounds like.
I thought unliving, piercing damage is reduced with unliving.
Is it not?
Not according to my calculator.
I like that. I think your calculator is right, and you're wrong.
Hit location has its usual effect, except that impaling or piercing damage to any location of the eye, skull, or vitals gets a reduced wounding modifier.
That's right. He hit vitals, so
He
it
hit
doesn't
vitals.
matter. Yeah, unliving doesn't change the vitals effect unless you have no vitals.
That's a bit weird for an undead, but well.
Yeah, well, it's a white. It's not the same kind of undead, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you do that to a skeleton, that would be really weird.
That would be weird.
Okay, so the
So yeah, it should be ×3.
It doesn't have no vitals, so
Oversight on the white's part.
Yeah, I know in D&D, whites are classified as undead, but they're also kind of not undead. They're like, you know,
ghouls.
people who have eaten dead people, cannibals and all that crap, and then they've got superpowers as a result, but they're all positively evil.
okay.
Yeah, I think
so
ghouls are not normally
But they're
undead.
also
all
undead,
good.
so who knows?
Okay.
Wow, that's good.
Oh,
Nice.
Well done.
Now,
Oh
if I
wow!
can
Okay.
actually
Message
hit
for you,
this guy.
sir. And your message was, die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very proud of myself now. I didn't expect that to happen.
Yep.
You
Well,
one-shotted
if nothing
somebody.
else,
Neither did I.
if nothing else, the Order of the Pale Flame is probably looking at us right now and going, "Okay, we may have gotten our money's worth here." Except for that drunk up there who keeps dropping his sword.
All right, so you are welcome to describe in epic fashion how your arrow will sail through the air and kill this thing.
Oh, I do like Gen. Wow, that's very embarrassing. Like Legolas, 3 times. That's yeah. I do like Legolas, and I run and I just fire my arrow and go straight into the white's heart, I guess, and it dies with a very dragon scream.
It looks down at that thing sticking out and it's like, "Huh? What?"
Where'd that come from?
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah.
I'm dead.
This
Again.
sucks.
Yeah, I'm dead again. Okay, if that's all you're doing, then advance your turn. Let's hopefully let Kevin do stuff. Aldrich will again take all out defense. Probably move back behind the crates there. Okay, Rolf will see that the situation here seems under control and will move to protect Petra. Sister Marin will say some words, slam the end of her staff into the ground, and the staff will light and the area will turn daylight bright. We forgot
God,
darkness
I thought
penalties.
she had no powers.
No, she doesn't have healing.
Ah.
But she does have magics. So we should have been taking -3 darkness penalties, but we can ignore that now.
We're near a campfire.
I fluffed up the fire, remember?
Yeah,
Well,
why
that it
didn't
wouldn't have really mattered for Gareth. If you recall, both of his attacks were critical hits. By more than 13, I think.
It should have been.
I would have succeeded anyway as well.
Well, I think they were margin crits.
Shush
Just
you.
because I need to do this. Where is it? There.
Oh. Well,
Great. Now I can't see
yeah.
a fucking thing. But
We'll
didn't she
fix it.
just say?
Well, he's got to put the campfire on there. At the end of the fight.
You should see ambient light.
Negative.
Negative,
No.
Ghost Rider. I see black. Now I see better.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I hope I'm doing this right.
You should just plop the light down there, and that should be that. Oh, you got
Is
her
that
light.
working?
Well, we see a light. Yeah, in this particular case, since it's daylight, I think we bumped into that before where somebody used daylight and it's like, what's the radius on that?
Whoops.
And then there's that. That's the one that gets on my nerves sometimes when you're in that light mode and you accidentally start clicking around and you forget that you're adding more lights.
There we go.
But here we are.
We have lights. It should have been turned on.
It is now extra lit.
Okay. So she does her thing. Petra will Amanara behind Rolf. This skeleton. We'll see the opening.
Boss is gone.
Yep, here it comes.
Uh-huh.
Why would he go there instead of just
Because
directly?
maybe you hadn't noticed, but they were all vectoring in on Marin.
Gotcha.
Probably the thing on her, like the medallion that she had, I think.
All right, so that's a swing and a miss for a move and attack.
Good.
He was attempting a drive-by.
He was attempting a drive-by.
Well, Kevin is finally ready to go again.
Useless.
And now I'm going to have to do a freaking heroic charge just to get over to him.
On the plus side, it's a rear hex.
It absolutely is. So he is absolutely going to... well, I mean, he doesn't really need to telegraph to go to the legs. Okay, so possible house rule suggestion. I've bumped into an issue where there's really no handling for example, if you want to hit both legs. Or
Yeah, there is.
especially comes up with grappling.
There's that whirlwind attack.
No. So what I've come up with in this case, just to make it easier, if in the event that it came up in one of my games, was you just apply the penalty twice. Nice and easy, and it works out about
strike.
right. So the rapid strike is weird because now you're getting a -6 on the roll, and then
Not
you've got
you.
the hit to the
You're
leg.
at
Yeah,
-3.
never mind me. Under normal circumstances, it's ridiculous. It's impossible. And specifically, the reason why it comes up is because in grappling, there are a lot of techniques where you grab both arms. And in a situation like this, where I could conceivably cut both legs. Now
Well,
you might.
the thing would be if you're cutting the leg, you would have to cut through the first leg before you hit the second leg if you're going to do that. So
Not
it'll only
necessarily.
be like blow through damage. Otherwise, if you don't cut through the leg, your sword's going to hit and stop.
That depends.
Unless you're doing
on
something
the
like
angle.
unless you're doing something like a, was it tip slash?
Well, if you are, for example, coming at it from the side and both legs are just there, so you don't actually have to go through one to get to the other. And this may not be a situation, but now I brought it up, so.
Well, at this point, we will think about it, but we'll do it as a rapid strike if you actually want to be taking both legs.
Well, luckily for you, you're at -3 instead of.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can't do that.
And you can do all
you can't do a rapid strike.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah. So don't worry about that. I was thinking about it for a second, and as I was talking through it, I'm like, he's running, so his legs are not going to be together in order to make that actually work. But now it's out there. So I really don't have any reason to put any mods on this other than just go for the damn limb. Because if I fail, it's more likely the result of a really bad roll and not because I took too many penalties. So,
Make it count.
Since I can't put any extra fatigue points in this, so we'll just have to go with it as is. Here we go. Shot. Well,
if you're only going to get one roll, then that should be the roll to get.
Guess that's the way to do it. So,
hey, margin crit.
I'm actually on
Do the table
criticals.
and then do the damage.
Well, I guess that's fine.
Kind of wasting a crit on a leg, but anyway.
Well, at least I don't have the problem of it potentially getting out of it, so which wasn't going to happen. Okay, well, that's 8 points. Oh, there is one thing I can do. Hit location. The leg. Let's see if I get it in the knee. Bah!
You cut the shin.
Okay, so that will actually be a crippled leg. So it will fall down. You would kindly drop that effect on.
Indeed.
On him. And if that's all you're doing, you can make a roll. All right.
And I put
Gareth.
that on the wrong one.
Well,
Add
at
in
least you
some
take it off yourself.
modifiers.
Not sure how I missed that. All right, well, yeah, so the skeleton was running past Garrett, took a swipe at him, and then fell flat on his face.
Let's see.
It wasn't enough to remove it, but it is crippled.
Prone does what on defenses? Is it like -2 or something?
-3.
-3. So if I telegraph, that'll still mean he gets some penalty.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect I'm going to do that. Smash with the shield.
Giving it the people's elbow.
Yep. Success by 7, and I do have the prone and all that jazz on there.
That I don't think the prone would actually apply, but never mind that.
Target is prone, so...
Right, but that usually only applies to ranged.
Well, unfortunately, a success by 9 is not a margin crit, so if it doesn't apply, it doesn't apply.
Okay, so he will be attempting to defend.
Make sure.
Do your damage, please.
To add that, hold on. Got to look up shields up. Okay, so shield bash doesn't get the extra DR. That's too bad. Or the DB. No, it's shield rush. That's kind of mediocre damage. It's a 5.
Kind of thought it did.
Well, it doesn't say anything about it in shields up. It just is like you can use the shield to whack somebody, use the shield skill to hit for stats, see the thing. This can be used to take advantage of rim blade, impaling boss, similar features, blah, blah, blah. But then under shield rushes / slams, it specifically states add the shield's defense bonus to your damage, which made me presume
Okay, so that
I
was
don't
not
get.
targeted. So could you drag that onto?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Distracted him.
So you need the damage again?
No, just drag it onto him. Actually, I can do it.
Okay.
You can do it yourself.
I just did.
Smack!
Okay, just step back and Vanguard over does some.
I'll try to fast draw an arrow.
Yep.
Yep. Can I
All right.
shoot again?
Harari Boya, do your thing.
Yep, I'll do my thing then. Bow -1. Yep. Now skeleton. I think I'll hit the torso, just regular. Let me just fix the table. Okie dokie, let's see.
Again, you are going to be in a rear hex, so that's going to be automatic damage if you hit.
Oh, I did hit again. In any case.
Okay, roll your damage.
Wow, that's good. But it's a skeleton, so.
Yeah, it's kind of wasted.
Yeah, I know.
It'll make you feel better.
Yeah,
This
at least
is
I'm
this
trying.
poor
calculating
guy.
properly.
Got his leg cut off, and he got his head smashed. Now he's getting shot in the butt.
So piercing to unliving was what multiplier?
It's actual targeting. If it's actual, I think it's reduced unless it is specifically targeted to certain locations. According to hit location tables 552, you know what? I'm just going to copy it.
Isn't it half? I
Yeah.
think it's half damage.
It might be. Yeah, I thought we had that graphic on here.
Yeah, don't you have the graphic?
Probably don't have the graphic because we haven't needed it.
Well, maybe not in this campaign, but you got it in one of the other ones.
I don't think it's calculating it. No, it's definitely not,
Well, it
because
might not be.
it's half for a third for piercing. Yeah, it's not.
Actually, now I'm kind of wondering, should that actually be piercing?
Yeah,
Because it's
it
normally
becomes
a
piercing.
broadhead is impaling. I would think the next step down would be huge piercing. Huge piercing.
No, bodkin arrows
Never mind that.
change, do an armor divisor and become piercing damage.
Yeah, usually, I think when you apply it to bullets, it goes one step down. And in that case, it's going 2 steps down.
All right, so yeah, it's not calculating it
Damage.
properly. All right, so the damage will be modified to there. All right, so that's correct. All right, if that's it, advance the turn.
I need one of those. I need one of those boxing glove arrows, you know, for this kind of situation.
Prods. Aldrich Vane will just stay behind the boxes. Rolf will
Go over there and kick it.
we'll take a
It's
step
down.
and we'll telegraph with his sword and offhand. Telegraph will offset the offhand, so that's a hit. And he will bring his sword down on the back of the last skeleton, and it will begin to crumble before your eyes and will cease to move. Slowly, the camp will return to silence. The only thing heard is the wind and your breath. Rolf will sort of give a. Will give a. I assume Aurora Boy is going to come into the camp.
Yep.
He'll give you a somewhat apologetic look without actually being apologetic.
I look at him with a good thing we waited until the morning look without saying anything either.
Uh-huh.
And I'll try to get my arrows back as well.
For every arrow that you fired, you can roll a d6. On a 1 or a 2,
There's
the
another
arrow
one.
is just grab as many d6 as you fired and then drop it. But on a 1 and
that was
a
dumb of
2,
me.
the arrow is unrecoverable, but you can recover the arrowhead.
Lost one arrow. Got the arrowhead.
Clearly, that
Probably.
was the one that went straight through the vitals and killed the thing.
I was going to say the one that hit the skeleton probably glanced off of something. No, that's another table we need to add that we keep saying every time we run into it. We need to add that table.
All right, so Rolf will begin to look around the camp and say, spread out, check the perimeter, make sure that's the last of them.
Kevin's actually going to point to that white and say, "What's up with that one?"
Rolf will look down at the white and he'll say, "What do you mean?"
It was different.
One of these things is not like the others. One of these things is not quite the same.
He'll sort of crouch down and take a look at it and says,
It is
by the
different.
look of it, this is a white, not a skeleton like the other Hollowmen.
As opposed to a black or a red or a green?
It's a white opposed to a bone.
Right. Foreigners.
And what's the difference? Tell me more about this white.
Why it seemed to have a add-on for Sister Marin. They did all seem to go straight for her. Although
Alright.
it might have something to do with the bloody lights.
So I will get that perception roll from everyone. No need to do it in the box.
Success by 3.
Yay,
Nice.
0.
And if you did succeed, you will all note at the mention that they all had made a beeline for Sister Marin. She'll sort of feel the amulet that is under her robe briefly, and then, her hand returns to her side.
Catches herself.
Perhaps they're drawn towards holiness.
I see her doing that, and I pointed to the amulet and say, maybe it has something to do with that, sister.
And then she force bitch slaps you across the thing.
She will pull it out, and she will say, "Cannot think why, but perhaps it does. It is a holy
What's that
symbol."
anyway?
She says, actually, give me a reaction roll.
Me?
Yes, you. Ari boy.
Oh, damn it. Sorry. Take the worst one.
Which one, the 11 or the 11?
No, he wants the 11.
Yeah, I think we'll go with the 11. She says, "It's a symbol of my faith."
Actually, Ronnke, can I use my luck again?
Sure. If your luck is ready.
Yep.
That's going to suck when the undead sniper opens up on you.
Well, we don't have any more fights, I think.
That you
I'll
know
get a good
of.
reaction, obviously. Then I'll just speak very slowly from now on.
Okay. She will. You can see that she ponders and she's thinking about something quite seriously. And she says, "It is an artifact that will help me find the relic. We call it the
How will it
locator
help you?
seal."
Drink.
How will it help you find the artifact? Do you feel drawn towards it?
She says, "In a sense, yes."
Does it work only with this artifact or with any artifact?
It is attuned to the relic we seek.
Well, I guess that makes our job easier.
She simply nods.
Well, apparently it makes undead's job easier too, so we should probably pay attention to that.
You do have a good point.
So no one is injured, so there's no need for first aids and stuff.
Maybe some soiled underpants.
Nope, always too busy being a badass and killing things with my shield.
Who wears underpants?
So after everything sort of settles and the adrenaline begins to drop a little, you'll see that Brother Aldrich will, walk over and sort of inspect these fallen Hollowmen. And you can see that he's doing it with a scholarly curiosity. Petra, when she sees Brother Aldrich approach the Hollowmen, she'll, in a sort of nervous tone, be careful, brother. And Rolf will say, it's okay. They'll not move anymore.
Don't worry,
Like
love.
Gallia protects.
They're especially fragile, as I recall. Or so the stories go. Seems to bear out.
And with that, she will slowly, her curiosity will get the better of her, and she will, step closer and have a look, and then she'll sort of grab her sword out and she'll sort of poke one of them, move the bones around, and then she'll say, Rolf, what shall we do with them? Says, we'll take them out of camp. We'll leave them there.
We should bury them. They may be dead, but they were human once.
Wonder if we should burn them or something. Seems like
Salt
there's
the
more
bones.
ritual to do with this sort of thing. I've not heard any stories about what to do afterward.
She says, Sister Marin will say, we do not know who they were. We cannot bury them in an unmarked grave.
They're dead now. We should lay them to rest.
She says, they will not truly rest unless they are given a name.
You can give them names. That's bony.
See
That's
if
less
there's
bony.
anything. See if anything on their person tells us who they are.
Yeah, I was going to ask if they were had any sort of clothing, dress, or sort of ethnic identifier.
I mean, the white definitely has something, I guess, right?
They had weapons. The weapons came from somewhere. It could be a particular style.
So, I think, Kevin, you can make a soldier roll, and maybe, Gareth, you can make a soldier roll at a penalty of 2.
Seems reasonable. I've got that.
Gareth
Not a lot.
does not have soldier. I intentionally did not give him soldier because he was never a soldier. He was a bandit.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if there's a bandit equivalent of soldier.
Nah, it's fine. He was, it's fine.
Like a profession banditry. Anyway.
He would like to
Zero.
forget about all of that.
Okay, so that's a success. Why is this not coming up?
Did somebody oops?
They were your old friends. So sad.
Okay, so you will see.
I knew this one, Horatio.
with the exception of the white, the skeletons bear insignia or sleeves which have the banner of the Free Swords Company.
Gotcha.
I don't recall, was Kevin in the Free Swords or was he in another group?
He was in a different group, but the Free Swords are fairly famous, so.
So he could just
So-
probably like lift something up and go free swords. Huh.
I think this one's marked with the Free Swords. And yeah, that one too.
Sell swords. Still,
Nothing wrong with that.
we
Respectable profession.
have no name. They cannot be buried in an unmarked grave, as is Solrith's way. They must be honoured in such a way that one day they can be found and perhaps named. We can build a roadside shrine, or what do they call it? Is it Karen? Karen?
Can.
Karen?
Time.
It's in
Karen.
cans.
Don't build a Karen.
It's going to be tropical.
If you build a Karen, she's just going to want to talk to your manager.
And their remains may be laid there. For one day, someone may come and find them and give them a true name and send them away properly. And those of you that are familiar with the pale flame, it is something of a rite of burial that those buried should be recognised with a name. So those things that are forgotten, well, she will say, if they are not named, they will be forgotten. And those things that are forgotten may fall to darkness and return again one day.
Well, Kevin's scratching his head, wondering where the current area of operations for Free Swords is. Because they're not a small operation, and they're not cheap. And there's no good reason for them to be out in this part of the country that he's aware of.
So, does Kevin have any skills like current affairs or something like that that might be appropriate?
No, and he's been out of circulation for a while, so he's just kind of fallen back on his old soldier knowledge, and is aware that he's out of date.
All right, so you can give me a soldier
He's wondering.
roll.
He's not expecting to actually get an answer to that.
All right, so give me a soldier roll at -5.
Yeah. Okay.
Roll a 3, just because it'd be funny.
See that. What are the chances? Well, actually, we know what the chances are. Actually, not that far off.
Almost.
Okay, so you're out of the loop, but you could surmise or speculate that the Free Swords Company might have a contract in the Western Marches dealing with the raiders.
Well, that would be reasonable.
So that's a
So he will
possibility.
verbalize his thinkings in that regard.
Well, Rolf will say, if that is the case, they are a long way from the Western Marches.
Indeed. Which
And
means
now they're dead.
which means whatever's coming after the what's it over there is has come a long way for it.
With that, everyone will, or at least the members of the senior members of the Pale Flame, so Aldrich and Rolf, will sort of turn to Sister Baron questioningly, while Petra sort of pokes at the bones, at which point the scene fades to black, and we shall end it there.
I am chuckling to myself over here that we did that entire session at the campsite.
Oh man, I hadn't noticed that until you pointed it out.
It's just like an indie film.
Mm-hmm. This was a bottle episode.
The clearly they spent the budget on other sets and stuff, so
Stuff that's coming later. So we should
Or the
expect like a
voiceover.
horde of undead and go, oh, that's what the frickin' budget was spent on.
Yeah, they had to spend a lot on the special effects for the skeletons, so they had to make do with less set dressing.
That's true.
I will assume that Rolf will instruct that the remains be taken out of camp. If you want to build a can, or
How do you pronounce
yeah,
that, actually?
can.
So Gareth is devout. Gareth is devout, and he follows all of the gods. So he will definitely follow their lead there, even if he thinks it's stupid.
They can be, placed in a place. You can do. They can't just be buried in an unmarked grave, because at some point they'll never be found. Their names will be forgotten, and
yeah, it's just whatever's done with them needs to be visible so somebody can see it.
Yes.
In the end, all of our names will be forgotten.
Yeah, no, I was trying to think of what would be the standard practice for a mercenary company.
You guys go do, and then kick them into a hole.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. It's like they'd probably
no the
lucky
the
if they get taken home.
No, the mercenary companies actually have an attachment of the Dawnbreakers Brotherhood. If you read the
stuff, right?
Yeah. So every name is taken and recorded for that very reason.
Well,
so they have an actual procedure for fallen dead. Of course, if assuming that bodies can be recovered and identified.
That's actually an interesting point. If they had fallen in battle, chances are that their bodies would have been tended to, which means somebody would have dug them up in order to use them as undead, in which case they were already buried and named.
And the Dawnbreakers Brotherhood are sworn to the god Mordeveth. And there is some contention between Mordeveth and Sarah.
And
where Mordeveth claims those that have fallen in violence, but yeah, it's all in the stuffs.
One of them, well, no, that's not true. Gareth thinks that God came for his soul, but Agalia stepped in front of him and said, "No, this one belongs to me."
So maybe since these guys were undead, perhaps they didn't receive the proper rites.
That's fair.
So their souls never passed on. It's up to you how you want to, of course, interpret stuff like that.
That is an interesting question, given that Kevin and presumably Boyo as well are unbelievers in this case. I wonder what they do believe as far as the afterlife.
You should
Don't
listen
exactly
to
have
more.
don't have
You
the
You would certainly be aware of the traditional rites and stuff, but whether you believe it or not is up to you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but what would they actually believe in the absence of the gods? Because these days you have stuff like the universal unconscious or simulation
spaghetti monster.
theory or some other non-theistic belief system, but they wouldn't have that in that case. What would they end up believing, I wonder?
I guess at
something
least
to give it thought.
I was going to say, I think at least for Ariboya, he believes in this ancestral, it has this ancestral veneration thing, his original religion.
Ancestor
So I think
worship.
he keeps that. Yeah. So maybe he keeps only the ancestral worship aspect of the religion, maybe.
Well, that
Since
would be one way to do it, yeah.
Since his people are astronomical, maybe your ancestors become the stars.
Wow, that's so nice. Yeah, I
They
like
are
that.
made of star stuff, says Delin.
Yeah, if he just sort of reverts to an older version of the religion.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
telling you,
bit
you
like
should just listen to Gareth more. Gareth knows what he's talking about. Trust Gareth.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. 2 points, everyone. If you have any questions,
I do
voice
have a
them
question.
now.
For yourself?
Yep. Okay, what's your question?
No,
Will the
it's like
GM allow? Sorry, go ahead, Roger.
No, I was just being a smartass. Carry on.
Okay, I was just going to say, will the GM allow me to purchase dual weapon attack bow technique, or is it too much? Am I?
If you can find it in Dungeon Fantasy, go for it.
It's in martial arts.
Actually, that one's in the basic book as well.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
so I guess I can shoot 2
So
arrows.
the way they do it is dual weapon attack is fine for anyone, but it's cinematic to put points in it. But in this case, Dungeon Fantasy is cinematic, so it's okay.
And we allowed martial arts, so sure, go for it.
Great.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely spending a point in this technique now.
Yeah, I've
Thank you.
got to show you my elf character for the wondering, because it's all the same stuff.
Yes, please. Yes, please. I'm going to cheat from your character.
All right, well, we'll leave it there. If you are watching this and you have any questions, corrections, suggestions, or general hecklings, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Please consider liking and subscribing to our Twitch and YouTube channels. Thank you for watching. Olympus out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.